it's Kaplan's version of the top 52 GRE vocabulary words. But it's actually going to contain, I think, 60 words. Each question will only have one right answer, but I'm going to attempt to explain what every single word option means. I don't think I will get all 52 or all 60 correct, so you can compete against me if you want, but I'm going to try and teach you as many words that I know as possible, and of course try to get the answers correct. So you test yourself on the question 2. If you need to, pause the video, or you can just sit back, relax, learn some vocabulary. Let's get started. I haven't seen this before. The students were instructed to behave with the utmost something while on their class field trip. Their utmost good behaviour, I'm thinking. Zeal means passion, being zealous, full of passion. That doesn't fit with this sentence. Propriety, that's going to be the right answer. That means decorum, proper behaviour. So that's going to be the right answer. Cacophony, that means lots of chaotic sounds. You can think of chao at the beginning as like chaos, and phony means sounds like telephone. So crazy sounds, cacophony. Ostentatious or ostentation is like a wild, elaborate, over-the-top display. So you wouldn't expect students to behave like that. So it's going to be propriety, which means again decorum, good behaviour, proper behaviour. So far, so good. Correct. First out of 15. Propriety, it says the state or quality of being correct or proper. And I got all the other words, so I'm quite proud of that. Second question. It's not uncommon to feel for weeks or even months after major surgery. Tired, I'm guessing? Weak? And there we go, the correct answer straight away. Lethargic. Lethargic means tired, weak. Pretty much exactly my prediction. So to be lethargic means to be without energy, weak or tired. Philanthropic is a great word. It means charitable, generous, someone who gives away their time or money in philanthropy. Philanthropic. I try to be philanthropic. I believe it actually comes from phil is love and anthropic or anthropy is human. So someone who loves humans is charitable towards them. Actually, my name, Philip, means lover of horses. Phil hippos, lover of horses, someone who loves riding horses. But anyway, there you go. You've got a bit of etymology there. Philanthropic, someone who loves humans, who's charitable and generous. But I don't think you'd feel charitable and generous for weeks or months after a major surgery. Malleable means like pliable, bendable. That metal bar was very malleable when it was heated up to a high temperature. Gullible means someone who believes something very easily. She's very easy to prank because she's so gullible. That's what gullible means. If any of these words are new to you or you didn't know what they mean, I recommend you write them in your word list together perhaps with a mnemonic, a way of memorizing the word to help you to keep it in your memory. For example, it's no use just writing philanthropic meaning charitable. You probably won't remember that, but if you write phil means love and anthropic means human, someone who loves humans, that will help you to remember it. There is mnemonicdictionary.com, which can help you to memorize some of these words. In fact, I can show you that now. Let me type in lethargic, and it suggests down here to help you remember that it means tired or lacking in activity. Sounds like allergic. When you have a lack of interest in doing something, you almost have an allergy towards it. That's a good one. So the answer here would be lethargic. And that's correct. So far, so good. The boxer used a swift left uppercut to the jaw to something his opponent. Incapacitate, knock out, something like that. Enervate would be the correct answer. Knock out the nerves of, reduce to a fragile state, to enervate. Placate means to keep someone calm. The negotiator placated the terrorist. That wouldn't be here, of course. Vacillate, I believe, means to not make up your mind, to be equivocal, to really not be sure or decisive. Corroborate means to back something up with evidence. Again, you can go to Mnemonic Dictionary to think of ways of remembering these definitions. It's not just enough to write them in your word list, you have to think of a way to remember the word. Anyway, let's see if I got that right. Bingo. So far so good, 12 out of 12 I would say. During the trial, the lead witness was willing to in order to protect his friend. Lie, I guess. Mislead. Prevaricate, that's probably going to be right. Do I know it? Prevaricate I thought meant prevaricate, like bluster, not really say anything, kind of dodge the question. That's what I think. I will check that. Mitigate means to stop the damage or lessen the damage, to mitigate the effects of climate change. You're not stopping it entirely, you're just stopping some of the damage. Advocate means to kind of fight on behalf of someone, which seems to be possible here. The lead witness was willing to advocate in order to protect his friend. But advocate is more arguing for something rather than protecting someone. So I'm still thinking prevaricate. I might get this wrong. Venerate means to laud someone or treat them with great deference and respect. So I'm not thinking venerate. I'm going to prevaricate. I'm going to go for prevaricate because it's more negative. And I was right. Avoid telling the truth by not directly answering the question. Yes, to bluster, to dodge the question. Whereas advocate is too positive in this situation. Whereas here it's kind of saying the witness was protecting his friend, which is like a negative thing. In the case of a fair trial, I guess you could say. The student's something response suggested that she did not know very much about the topic the professor was discussing. We're looking for a word which matches up with not knowing very much. Loquacious means very chatty and talking a lot. I don't really think that would indicate you don't know what you're talking about. Maybe a little bit. Laconic, I think, means not saying very much. Being a few words. That wouldn't really, maybe. Ooh, this is going to be tough. Fervid. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Fervid, I think means fervid, like fanatical, frantic. And laudable means praiseworthy. So on the basis of that, you would go laconic because maybe the student didn't say very much and therefore she didn't know very much. That's my best guess. And yes, laconic means using few words, which does fit with not knowing very much. Fervid, I can just check. Fervid, intensely enthusiastic, frantic, or especially to an excessive degree. Hot, burning, glowing. There we go. Next question. The prosecutor worked to find evidence that would her case against the defendant. Bolster? There we go. I've just looked down. That's the exact prediction I made. Bolster. There we go. It means shore up. Add support. Assuage means to calm someone down and reduce their fear. He assuaged her fears about travelling in the boat. Dessicate means to dry up, to turn into a desert. Dessicate, that's one way of remembering it. Corroborate, we've seen already, means to support with evidence. So that's bolster. I'm crushing this. Again, these are the top 52 GRE vocabulary words apparently. The something 3-year-old refused to eat any vegetables no matter how they were prepared. Again, it's one thing to get the answer right, but can you explain what every single word means? Loquacious means chatty. Misanthropic means someone who doesn't like humans. Remember